What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. It is Monday, December 7th. Currently 65 degrees here in sunny West Texas, Amarillo, at 4:42 p.m. I am your radio DJ Colin Pork Chop. How you doing? I'd actually love to be a DJ. That's something that I would like to pursue at some point in my life, is to be a radio DJ, because I've only been on the radio once my entire life as a co-host for a friend of mine's show, a college radio, and I rocked it. I did pretty good. It was a purely, okay, so it was right up my alley because it was an 80s only time slot. My friend Dane has this thing for WT's West Texas A&M's radio called 8-Bit Boombox, and it's all about the 80s. And you have to, because he approached me to pick, I think it was 15 songs. He said, "All right, pick me 15 songs from the 80s. They can be popular, they can be B-sides, whatever. Just pick me 15 songs from the 80s." And so I did. I rocked it, and I got a bunch of songs that were like off the wall that you wouldn't expect. I had a song from Autograph, Vinnie Vincent's Invasion, Anthrax. Of course, I had to throw my fandom of Kiss in there. So I played a crazy B-side off of actually Crazy Nights, "Turn on the Night," which is not a very well-known Kiss song, but it got a single when the album was released. Words sometimes, man. English is a hell of a drug. So anyway, long story short, I would love to be a radio DJ. That'd be something cool to do. Maybe the podcast can actually kind of cleanse that palate for me, can whet my appetite a little bit. So who knows? Anyway, how are you guys doing? It's Monday. I hope you guys had a badass weekend. As of right now, I had a badass weekend. I had the weekend off for the most part, and we spent it pretty much. We moved our bedrooms back. We used to have our bedroom at the pretty much the back of the house, and then we decided to move into another part of the house. So we've moved back into the back of the house again, past the kitchen. So we're still doing stuff there. We're still moving stuff here and there, and trying to figure stuff out. We got completely moved into that room. Now we have to put stuff in the spare bedroom and get that taken care of. So that'll be fun to do. And it was interesting because yesterday we were eating breakfast, and my wife said, "What time do the Cowboys play?" I said, "They don't." And she said, "Huh?" I was like, "Yeah, we play Tuesday night." And she said, "Oh, good. So that means I'm going to have your undivided attention to help me move stuff, right?" I'm like, "Sure. Yeah, I like to watch some football." I didn't watch any football. I was unable to watch a down of football yesterday. So I'm going to be like, "Hey, can I watch the Monday Night Football game tonight? And then maybe I can watch my Cowboys on Tuesday." Because I think there are two games on today. I think the first one is kicking off here pretty quick. I shouldn't say we. I threw together a 5 minutes hurry up offense hit and run episode of Chopping Birds, where it was just me. I had so much stuff to do this weekend that I didn't have time to put 30 minutes aside and do what I needed to do with Chris. So I just told Chris, "I'm sorry, I don't have time to do it. Just give me your picks and I will do a quick show and call it good." And Chris was like, "Sad day." And then he sent me his picks. And it was funny, to say the least, because it was funny, but it was kind of sad at the same time, because it's oh man, I hate that I had to do that, but I was happy that I was able to get an installment up, even though it was 5 minutes, and Chris and I usually go 30 minutes. But what are you gonna do? It was crunch time, and instead of just not doing it at all like I would have done last year, I was like, all right, just let me throw something quick together for y'all. I'd rather give y'all something than give y'all nothing. I'd rather give y'all a appetizer because it's still technically feeding y'all, even though it's not a 5-course meal. It's an appetizer, and you might want to go elsewhere to get food, but if you come over, I'll give you at least an appetizer. This week anyway. Next week hopefully Chris and I will be back to full strength. It was kind of our bye week. Chris and I usually, that's one of the things that I wanted to try to break this year with Chris and I's podcast, our Pick'em, is I wanted to stop taking a week off, because for some random reason every single season Chris and I, we will take a week off. Because either we don't have time to do it, or Chris is feeling under the weather, or we're both tired, or what. And I was like, okay, I kind of made it a goal to myself, internally. I was like, we are not taking a week off. And so as this week approached, and clock was ticking, it was 10 a.m. on Sunday, and the games are kicking off in a couple hours, and I'm about to go eat breakfast with my wife, and then we were going to go pick up our groceries, then we were going to go pick up stuff, we're going to pick up this, we're going to go do that, we're going to go move bedrooms, we're going to do it. Just no time at all. No time whatsoever. And I was totally like, I'll just post the pics on Facebook or whatever. And I was like, you know what? No. I was like, Chris, just give me the pics. And I mean, it was kind of a half-ass attempt, but at least I attempted. I feel kind of bad though, because it wasn't a full-blown one. But what are you gonna do? So anyway, so moving stuff is gonna carry on over to tonight. And when my wife gets off work, we're definitely gonna tackle it together. And we're gonna get a little bit of a redemption, because Friday night I told my wife, and I was like, I want to take you out to dinner. She said, okay. I was like, we both had a long, hard week. I want to take you out to eat. So Friday night, we went to Logan's Roadhouse, because I was like, oh, I haven't been to Logan's in a long time. And usually I remember they have pretty damn good steaks. So I took her Friday night. We split crab cakes. It was fantastic. We had 2 orders of the roll and butters. So we each ate 2 rolls and some butter, and then our steaks came, and she bit into her steak before I bit into mine, because I was waiting for the waitress to bring us the Worcestershire sauce. So if you guys are wondering what I like to put on my steak, it's Worcestershire or A1, or pretty much anything. And then I'd rather have it with nothing than ketchup is like my last resort. If the steak is just so terrible, ketchup would probably be my last resort. But I've never had a steak with ketchup, so why start now? But I do also put Worcestershire on the fully loaded baked potato that I get, as well as the broccoli. So don't knock it till you try it. You have your broccoli, you have your fully loaded baked potato, and then you have your steak. Just take all of that and put it in the Worcestershire, just pour it all over it, and it's good. I recommend it. It is nice. Try it. Okay, question number 1. Would you try that? Let me know down below. And if you have, did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. There you go. And so she bit into her steak, and she said they tenderized the hell out of this, and it was pretty much almost not edible for her. But she ate it. Half of it. I think she ate half of it. Then she's like, oh, I'm full. I don't know if she was really full, or if that was code for, this steak, I can't eat it. I wouldn't even feed this to Chandler. I don't know if that's what she was thinking, but she ate about half and then called it good. But I ate my entire steak, and she was right. It was over tenderized. It wasn't that good. It was a steak though. A steak is like pizza or sex. If it's bad, it's still sex, it's still pizza, it's still a steak. So I guess I am just not that picky of an individual, and that's okay. I like being not picky. So she asked me today, she was like, can we get a redemption on steak? Because it's Monday, so it's Rocky Mountain Monday. So she said, can we get Rocky Mountain Mondays at Aspen Creek? And I said, absolutely we can. So I'm excited, because I'm gonna get steak the second time in 4 days, and I'm extremely happy about that. And so there you go. Question number 2, how do you like your steak? Mine, medium rare. Anything above that, you might as well just get a cheeseburger. Anything below that, you might as well just eat the cow right out of the pasture. Medium rare is my go-to. But I actually know a guy. That will fire up a grill for his steak. He puts one side down, counts to 5, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, flips it, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, takes it off the grill, eats it. I'm like, okay, I'm not that much of a psychopath. But it just blew my mind when this guy was telling me this story. It's rare. I mean, obviously it's rare, but is there a degree beyond rare, like raw? Is there a bridge between raw and rare? Because I think that might be like a raw rare hybrid. But my God, like even like medium rare, I think you got to cook it like 1 to 2 minutes per side, not 5 seconds per side. And I was just like, bro, I mean, who hurt you? Because they were serving the steaks. I met this guy once at a convention. My wife is part of this organization that's like a florist convention. They're kind of like their own like a club. And so I was obviously my wife's +1. So the meal was steaks. Everybody got a steak dinner. And, you know, of course, I got my medium rare because I love myself and I love America and I love the cows that sacrifice themselves to be on my plate. And the guy right across from me is like cutting up his steak, and as he's like, you know, putting the fork up to his mouth, there's just blood dripping all over the plate. And I'm just like, wait, excuse me. And then I ended up working with the guy eventually for a little bit. And then I asked him, and I'm like, why do you do that? Why do you eat your steaks like that? And he said, well, it's just the best way to eat a steak. Yes, I know that person comes to a complete stop to turn left. Thank you very much, Toyota. And so I was like, okay, I guess, you know, different strokes for different folks, I guess, but just not my bag. But yeah, so there you go. There's a steak conversation for you. How do you guys like your steaks? Medium rare for me with Worcestershire sauce. And what 2 sides would you pick with it? If you had to pick any 2 sides at all. Mine's usually a fully loaded baked potato and broccoli. And if I am trying not to be like health conscious at all, I will get it with mac and cheese. Fully loaded baked potato and mac and cheese is usually my go-to. But if I, you know, feeling a little like, I don't want to completely hate myself by the time, you know, I get back to the house after eating, then I will definitely get broccoli to not hate myself. And it looks like there's a bad wreck up here. So okay, so it's not at my block. Okay. That's terrible. I hope everything's okay with them. Ooh, there's a wrecker. There's like 3 cop cars. This is one of the busier streets in Amarillo on Washington Street. So it doesn't surprise me when there's a wreck over here, because people are nuts, man. They won't pay attention for shit sometimes. And so I hope everything's okay. You know, and pray for everything to be okay over there. But yeah, guys, I'm home. That's all I really got for y'all. Nothing else that I really want to talk about. I did download some emulators this weekend. One of them might have a stone associated with it, and little creatures that you could put inside of your pant pocket. So that might be something to look forward to. I downloaded it and it worked just great. Some of the other emulators I downloaded, however, didn't work, so I got to find another avenue to explore with those. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you all so much once again for dropping by. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you guys are gonna have a badass week ahead. And always remember, my little piglets, Colin Pork Chop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.